There are a lot of strategies out there to crush an interview, have a great interview, and get a job offer. But as someone who's been in recruiting for 14 years, I can tell you some of them do not work and they are terrible. In today's video, I'm going to talk about 3 of the worst strategies candidates use to try to nail the interview. And these are things that happen often. So watch this video because you need to look at all 3 and make sure you aren't doing them. Let's go. Now, the first tactic I see candidates using to try to get a job, try to land an interview, is sending a cold email with a resume attached. So I'm a recruiter, and you as a candidate probably get messages all the time from, people, you probably get recruiters reaching out to you, sending you a job description like, hey, are you a good fit for this? Or hey, are you interested in this? Or I think you're a great fit for this. And some of you watching this probably despise those emails. You probably think, I don't even know who you are. This isn't a good fit for me. You don't even know anything about my background. This is awful presumptuous, etc. Well, it is the exact same way for recruiters. I get candidates who add me on LinkedIn all the time and just immediately send me a resume saying, hey, I'd love to work for your organization, and that's it. And I gotta tell you, that is a fast thing to do. It is an easy thing to do, but it is a fruitless thing to do. If you send an email to a recruiter and it just has your resume attached, you've never talked to them and it says, hey, I'd love to be considered for your organization, you might as well not send that email. And I don't mean that in a harsh way, but it's not a strategic way to do this. It's not an engaging way to do this. And if you took a little bit more time to connect with someone, send them a message, engage with them first, maybe comment on a post of theirs, do some research on the organization and make sure it's a good fit, you would have a much higher likelihood of success. But the first thing that I see candidates do all the time that has a virtually 0% success rate is add a random recruiter online, send them a resume and saying, I'd like to work for your organization. I'd like to tell you that just doesn't work. The next thing that I see candidates do all the time that just does not work is neglect soft skills because they think all that matters is the hard skills. So I see this a lot in tech, but in virtually every situation, I would say that soft skills matter. I've had people say, Ben, I can do the job. What does it matter when it comes to my soft skills? Well, in addition to being someone who's been in recruitment for 14 years, I'm also a hiring manager. So I have a team. And I can tell you that hiring someone who is a bad teammate or someone who is hard to work with, it is not worth having them on your team, even if they are great at what they do. So you could be the best programmer out there, the best welder out there, the best fill in your profession out there. If in the interview you come across as someone who is arrogant, difficult, perhaps problematic, you are not going to get the job, most likely. Because hiring managers are going to look at you and go, hey, maybe this person can do the job, but the cost to teamwork is too high. The cost to my team would be too high. I have people who work well together, and if I bring someone in who is going to upset the apple cart, it is not worth it to me. So one of the things that I need people to focus on, and I need you to think about when it comes to interviewing for your next job, is when you go in there, are you also prepared to sell yourself from a soft skill perspective? Yes, you might be great at what you do. And yes, you can do the job. And those things are very important. But if they think you are going to be a value subtraction from their team, from a team camaraderie and team cohesiveness standpoint, it is going to make it infinitely harder for you to get that job. This next strategy is something I see all the time. And I have to tell you, it is one of those strategies that can sink you as a candidate immediately. And that strategy is being overconfident. I know that you go into an interview and you want to sell yourself and you need to show this is what I've done. This is the impact I can make in your organization. Absolutely. Yes, granted. But I'm sure you can understand there's a big difference between selling yourself and coming across as braggadocious, overconfident. The thing is, if you come across as, yeah, I can do this. I've done this a million times. I'm the best thing since sliced bread. There are managers who are going to look at that and go, this person is not going to be a good fit for the team. This person is overconfident. I think they're overselling themselves. I can't tell you how many times I've had a hiring manager say to me, hey, Ben, the interview was okay, but I think this person was overselling themselves. I think they are better than they actually are. And if you do this, it is going to make it hard for a hiring manager to enthusiastically want to move forward with you. So the next strategy that I see candidates try is they try to be so confident that it's actually off-putting. So make sure you don't do that. Now, those are things that maybe you shouldn't say if you want to get hired, but I made this video here and it's 9 things you should say if you want to get the job, and it's like the polar opposite of this video. Don't say these things, say these things. So I am done here, but if you want to do something incredibly productive with your time, go watch this video because it is going to help you out a ton. I'm done here. I'll see you over there.